Thank you. I'm Neerav Shah. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for BookBox. Just this morning, I was walking down from my home. I was coming to the office, and I saw this village woman. She had her baby in her arms, and she was scolding her other child, who must have been 7 or 8, and telling him, "How could you fail in school?" And she was really, really annoyed. And he was crying and trying to explain to her that I'm just not understanding anything. It's not my fault. And so basically, when I heard that, I just thought to myself, how can you blame him when every school in India has between 40 to 60 children, and the teachers are often very ill-equipped to pass pass on information to so many children at the same time. So this is where we come in. And next, please. Uh, we at BookBox have a mission to improve reading and literacy development globally by creating what we call edutaining content. BookBox has been in the market for about 5, 6 years, and with the 35 titles that we have today in 30 different languages, we have given reading practice to 2 million children in the last 2 years alone. Next, please. Now, what is it that we bring on the table? What is it that we are trying to do? So we are taking the traditional medium of education, that is books, and we are mixing it along with entertainment. So we are putting education and entertainment together, and we are adding a concept called same language subtitling to all these books and creating an educational product out of it. And our aim is to be accessible to every screen that a child is watching. Today, a child, even in rural India, has access to TV. So we want to be on television. Today, mobile phones are becoming more and more accessible to children across the country. We want to be on mobile phones. We are on mobile phones. We have CDs and DVDs, and of course, we have traditional books also. Now, to give you an idea of what we are doing, the best way would be to show you a video. So, can you please go to the next slide? I'm not able to hear the audio. I hope the rest of you are able to.
没有鱼可捕，我们怎么赚钱生活呢？渔夫们问。
So basically, if you have been able to hear the audio, even if you haven't been, the beauty is that we have subtitles on that. So the idea is that what a child is hearing, that child is reading in his or her language, and this is the core concept, and we take it onto multiple platforms. Uh, Cassandra, could you move to the YouTube video clip, please?
Same language subtitling doubles the number of functional readers among primary school children. A small thing that has a staggering impact on people's lives. So it's a great commitment, and I thank them all for working together. Let's give them a hand.
So basically, this video was to tell you that what President Clinton had to say about same language subtitling. Cassandra, can I ask you to just mute your mic because I can hear feedback? Thank you. So basically, same language subtitling has been there for the last 15 years. The first 5 years, we had done a lot of research on this, and for the last 10 years, our sister concern, which is Planet Read, has been using Bollywood film songs with same language subtitling and showing it on national television. And we have won a numerous awards. Same language subtitling has won numerous awards from Development Marketplace, the Google Foundation, Schwab Foundation, etc. Can we go to the next slide, please? Now, what are the things which are working for us? Which are the things which are enablers for us? So one is you don't have to force any child to watch cartoons. Children love cartoons. Uh, the second point is same language subtitling is a subconscious and intuitive method of learning. Um, and I think one of the third point and the biggest point is that this need for language learning is something which is global, and it's something which will remain for a long, long time. Uh, this said, what are our biggest obstacles? So I think the way BookBox will grow is if we can really partner with uh, big children's book publishers and content owners. Now, one of the risks that we have when we are partnering and people see this is a good idea is that they could possibly become competitors. And the workaround for that is that we have to scale up quickly, try and grab as many of the really good children book publishers which are there both in India and globally. And we are in the process of doing exactly that. The second obstacle I see is we have to partner with schools and educational institutions and convince them that what we have to offer is something that is unique. And this is something which we are in the process of doing. Next slide, please. So, uh, what is it that, how is it that we are doing what we are doing? So we work with animators and translators. Both of these are outsourced; they're not in-house. We work with them. What we do at BookBox is put it all together. We get the translated text and the recorded audio. We put it along with the animation, and we take it into different languages and create all kinds of different content which goes on different platforms, and every platform reaches a different target audience. So we have everything from YouTube, where the content can be seen for free and it's subsidized by advertising. We reach out to schools and educational institutions where they take our content on in terms of bulk sale. We also work with wholesalers where they take our content and sell it to different both traditional as well as new mediums. And we also work on direct retail. So we sell it through our website. Also, we sell it through other channels where we sell it to them directly. And our possible market is about 400 million children globally. Next slide, please. So this image is to give you a brief overview of how what our journey has been. We started off in 2007. Our initial model was we would create these awesome books and put it up on our website, and we would be making a lot of money. We realized it didn't work out exactly that way. We made only a little bit of money, and it actually turned out to be a good thing because we started thinking about going onto traditional books. Then we went into CDs and DVDs in 2008. That's when we also got onto the Kindle. 2009, we went onto the iPhone and the iPod Touch. Year before last, we got onto television as well as smartphones. And it was only last year, beginning of last year, that we got put all our content on YouTube, and it's turned out to be very successful. Uh, each of our successful title gives us roughly $50 of revenue every month. And this year we are focusing on tablets. We see that as the next big thing globally. And by the end of this year and beginning of next, we will be focusing on getting our content onto schools and libraries. Next slide, please. Now, what are the things we will need to be successful? We have never seen ourselves as an Indian company. We are registered also in the US as BookBox Inc. And from day one, we have made sure that our content is of the highest quality. So that's something we really need to maintain. We need to be on every single screen that a child accesses. We have to be there on multiple platforms. The advantage of that is the cost of production is broken up into all these different platforms, and we can get into profits very quickly. We have some key clients such as ZLearn, which is a preschool. YouTube, and a couple of others. We need to not only maintain these key clients, we need to grow, and we need to add more of these clients to our group. Um, in terms of expenses, we need to make sure that while we keep our staff extremely motivated and make sure they have fun working, we can keep the compensation level competitive. So that's something we have to make sure. A lot of our business model is based on outsourced work, so we need to make sure that we can keep that cost down. We need to also invest a lot in R&D. So we need to make sure we have enough money for that. Next slide, please. Uh, so so this is basically our unit economics. It takes us about $5,000 to create an animated story. It costs us $600 to convert it to another language, and every successful title gets us about $50 worth of advertising every month. And this is only going to grow. We have about 17,000 views a day today, and by the end of this year, I think it'll be in the range of about 30 or 40,000 views every day. We make a 80% margin on every CD and DVD that we sell, and um, yeah. So we can go to the next slide, please. Um, this is basically a quick overview of the place we are in today. This is in Indian rupees, and the next 5 quarters. You will basically see in this that we don't need investments for the next 1 year. We have creating enough cash flow to basically create new content and buy new content. It's only from year 2 and year 3 that we'll need money to scale up quickly. Next slide, please. So this is our scale-up plan. In 2013-14, we will not require any investment, but by end 2013, we will require in the range of about $1 million. This will give reading exposure to about 2 million children annually, and we plan to scale up to in the next 3 years to 10 million children annually. Next slide, please. This is the management team. I'm running out of time, so I'll just let you have a look at this, and I'll just take 1 more minute, Cassandra. So I'm the chief operating officer. I know 7 languages, and I've always been passionate about computers. Our founder and CEO is Professor Brij Kothari. He is also a professor at the leading business institute in the country, which is Indian Institute of Management, and he is also the uh, co-founder for BookBox as well as the founder of Planet Read. Next slide, please. These are the awards that BookBox has won both in India and internationally. And the last slide, please. So over the course of the last 2 years, we have given reading practice to about 2 million children, and our aim is to be able to give 10 million children reading practice annually. And to help us achieve this vision, it would be great if we could attract about $2 to $5 million worth of